Hello. I haven't done a May forecast yet. In fact, I haven't done a forecast for a few months, purely because it's been quite intense here and I've been dealing with quite a lot of clearing, working on my paintings, which are behind. Um, so I thought I would give you a view of what's going to be going on this month. We have been seeing huge changes. We have been seeing a rising of the consciousness on the earth plane. And this has a lot to do with our own streams of awareness that are being heightened through the energy that's being bombarded onto the earth right now, which is some of it is really, really positive. It's kind of coming in through the new earth grids and activating our energy systems. But what that does, because we're bringing on more light, it also is pushing out the density. And we're on top of that, we've been working through rebuilding our energy fields so that we are going to be more crystalline in our energy bodies and activating different parts of the DNA and deactivating others. But what's been going on because of that is we often, when you bring in more light energy, we are pushing out darker energy. So I've noticed that we've been going through the chakras, and at the moment we're very much in the Earth Star chakra, which is a lot to do with our contracts here on Earth, why we've come as beings, and that is probably a whole new podcast to talk about that. I have done a blog about the Earth Star chakra and what it actually means on earthmotherstarchild.co.uk. So in May, we're in the month of Beltane, which is all about springtime and the rising of the energy in the earth. We are seeing the fire coming up, which is becoming like a passion, a heart fire, creative action energy, which is inspiring us as beings to really get closer to what we want the new earth to be and how we're going to be part of that. I know that there's been quite a few indigos and earth angels, light workers, who have been really trying hard to move forward with their light, their path, what they want to do here. And there's been a lot of obstacles and stoppings and stumblings almost, which is terribly frustrating. But if we look at it, if we just step back and look at this and like the whole process of evolutionary consciousnness, this is big stuff. This is huge stuff. And if you imagine that we are clearing up timelines and old things, really old karmic loops, collective consciousness, collective karma, if you look at it in the biggest sense of the word, we are moving pretty quickly. And some of us will be trying to find the right timing for when these projects are going to start coming forward and evolving. These new projects, the projects that you have been putting energy into in your life because you want things to change for yourself. So from my point of view, because I work with indigos, earth angels, starseeds, light workers who are literally being activated. So we're going to plug into this new grid once we've been able to clear ourselves enough to really align with it and begin to activate into it. So this is happening now. We are seeing this happening. You'll notice that some people find it a lot easier than others. This does not mean that one person is better or worse than another or anything like that. It all depends on how old and evolved your soul is really, and how what you've agreed to come here to do. Some people will continue to work in the density, but that is actually what they've come here to do. But what I would say here is that this May energy is pushing us through, and that if you have like an inner knowing that you're supposed to be doing a certain type of work or doing a certain type of creative patterning or even speaking in a certain way or acting in a certain way or making something, then do it. Do it, because this is the time. Beltane is about the sacral chakra. It's about creative energy. So what I'd like to say here is we have a choice here to create in the new earth exactly what we want. And we are encoded with all that we need to be able to move that through and to make that happen. All it needs us to do is just get out of our own way and just allow it to come through. What you'll notice is some people will be working very, very hard to relinquish themselves from old contracts, old ways of working. It could be even old careers. It could be in all sorts of things. And all I would say is just keep your focus on what you want to do. That positive light that's coming through, your soul light, which is telling you the direction that you need to move in. It's telling you, go in this direction. And, you know, even if you have to spend more months, maybe into the end of the year, working through these more difficult other timelines, you'll get there. You're sowing the seeds all the time for the new earth. When I was working with my guidance this morning, I was connecting with Beltane and all the blossom, and I was becoming really aware of beauty as being one of the main ingredients that we need to bring into this new earth. We need more beauty. When I scroll on Twitter or I listen to the news or the radio, there is so much ugliness and density and destructive energy happening everywhere. We all know that. And many people are trying to work on balancing that and finding ways to implement new systems within those systems to stabilize and sort it out. All I would say is we're at the level now where we can bring in more beauty, and we need it. Humanity needs it. The earth needs it. She is always giving with beauty. If you notice where Gaia gives us food like apples and trees and plants and flowers, there's always a component of beauty. And that is the same in us as human beings. That's the same in us as a human race. We have beauty too. And this is about everything we do, everything we create, how we think, how we feel, that we always include beauty as that ingredient. And love as well. But they are intimately connected because they become part of this divine blueprint that we all have within us, and that we're seeking to bring back here on earth, to make it a very enjoyable place to live once again, to make it like a garden of hugely diverse ecosystems, to come and experience and enjoy that level of what it has to offer. So May time, this is the fire rising. Get in contact with your passion, your creativity, your soul light. Don't give up. Always keep going back into retuning back into the positive right now, because it's almost like we have two distinct bandwidths going on. We have the 3D, which is definitely a lower vibration. It's much more difficult to function in that. You'll be bombarded with fear and negative energy. You'll wonder what on earth's going on. But I would say that this is particularly linking into the mind. So if you find yourself in repetitive loops or thought patterns, this is all to do with keeping you in that space, in that repetitive loop, and dragging you back into your focus into that. So the best, if you can realign, refocus, if you have a daily practice, go and reconnect out into nature. That's a great way of bringing you back into the body, back into the heart. Do things you love, spend time with people you love, read things you love, have things around you that are important to you and that raise your vibration, raise your consciousness. Okay, so by the end of May, we're going to see more big changes. That's what I wanted to say. Maybe I'll talk about it on another podcast, was the fire at Notre Dame, which I think was a very important event that's happened in April. But coming into May, we're going to be moving through. We're going to see some other big shocking events as well. But hopefully these will be more about our ability to change and to change our consciousness, to change our understanding about things, and to move forward in a very positive way. Because everything we're doing now, this is the dawn of the new age. We are in it. So everything we're doing now, we are planting the seeds to creativity, to knowing what we want to create in those spaces where we want to live as human beings. Okay, if you like this, please subscribe or contact me on www.earthmotherstarchild.co.uk. I'd love to hear from you. In the comments, if you have any ideas for other podcasts or any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Okay. May love always be with you. Namaste.